All right, so I'm going to have you go into our Google Doc. I think you might have been in there a little bit earlier. I saw a little green cursor in there. I want to do prioritization goals with you. And again, Lee, if things pop up in this meeting that may need more time and so on and so forth, and like I've mentioned to you already, if you just want to do one-off sessions, you have the opportunity to do that. You don't have to stay in the program. You can just get me at will if you need, and so on. So I just wanted you to know that up front. Because this might open up some can of worms for you that, may need some extra work or some attention. So let me explain the prioritization goals exercise with you so you have an idea. So when I go through this exercise with my brand accelerator clients, the clients that I actually build out brands for, we do prioritization goals because after this exercise, we determine what goes on the website, what doesn't need to go on the website, what it needs to be paid attention to first, second, third, so on. It kind of just puts priority to what it is that we need to do. And the way we break that down is in 3 divisions. It's revenue, efficiency, and awareness. Okay? Are you in the I'm sorry. I was in my template.
Just going in now.
Yeah, I put this in your Google Doc already.
Yeah, I'm just finding the link to it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So as you're finding the link,
yeah, I've got that in there now.
There you go. I see you popped in. So we have this broke down into short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. Short-term is 30 days or less, medium is 30 to 60, and long-term is 90 days plus. Then I scale it on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 being totally doable, I can bang this out no problem. 1 being total pain in the ass, I might have to table this or make it a long-term goal. So what I want to do is sort of look at revenue, awareness, and efficiency, and I broke down how we do this. So first we want to name the activity goal. So whatever the goal is. For example, a revenue goal is create a Shopify platform to sell the wrist straps. Again, I'm making this up, right? That would be a desirability of a 10. The doability is a 8 because you have a team that works in Shopify sites. The budget you put aside for this is $5,000 or $10,000. And now, your total comes to not budget. I'm not worried about budget. I'm totaling up the desirability and the doability. So say it's an 8 and an 8, make the math easy. The total's a 16.
Yeah.
That's a pretty doable goal. So I would make that a short term and bang it out. So anything over 16 or more, I would make that a priority.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a minute. I just want to make sure. I'm getting a lot of background. I drank way too much coffee this morning. So I'm like on another planet. So are you hearing any echo?
No, it's fine.
Oh, you're good. Okay. All right. So from a branding standpoint, let's look at awareness goals. Let's focus on awareness goals real quick. Actually, let me go backwards. When are you launching the site?
April. Well, I'm launching the pre-order before Basil World on March the 18th. So that's our go live pre-order availability date.
In April.
So I won't have any product, but you'll be able to pre-order them by March the 18th. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got you. Pre-order in April.
March 18th.
Oh, March 18th. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully full launch in mid-April, but pre-orders March the 18th.
And what e-commerce platform are you going to be using to sell?
As in what payment gateway or?
Payment gateway. Yeah, e-com. I mean, this is going to be an e-com platform.
Yeah.
So,
well, the website's been designed like from scratch. I don't know what they're using, but we're going to be using WorldPay as a payment platform. Like WorldPay.
Wild?
World, as in global.
World. I'm sorry.
Bad accent.
That UK accent was getting me. Don't ask me to say the word water. I'll have you crying too. All right. So one of the things that I would look into is for a revenue goal is to find an e-com platform with a beautiful user experience. And one that I would recommend is Shopify. I mean, my God, you're a pretty savvy guy. You would be able to make changes on the fly, swap out products, add products, delete products, change pricing. I mean, very, very quickly.
I think all the e-commerce stuff is going to be developed within my website. There's not going to be a separate platform. It's going to be a standalone thing.
Okay. Did you ask yourself why?
Probably not.
Well, Lee, I'm just giving you a heads up. If you do a Shopify site, you're not building from the ground up. There's templates that you could stylize that match your website that will be a fraction of the cost and fraction of the time.
Yeah. I'll give it to the developers because I don't know what they're doing on that because we've not got into the development side of things just yet. So.
All right. So I'm giving you some ideas and suggestions. That's all.
Yeah.
So in this Google Doc that you have in front of you, put activity goal. Determine e-commerce platform.
What is that? Activity goal under
revenue. Because there's a lot of solutions out there that will be less money and less time and less aggravation. And you could put in parentheses Shopify, just so you remember.
Yeah.
There's also a WooCommerce platform too. But Shopify is the one that a lot of my clients are using that they just love. Desirability on a scale from 1 to 10. I'll let you handle that. Plop it down. An 8, doability. Okay. Budget.
I guess that's all in. I mean, the site that we're doing now is like $5,000.
Okay. So you're at a total of 14. So I would make that, a 30 to 60 day goal. So it could be a short to medium. Okay. Another revenue goal is have you ever heard of ClickFunnels?
Yeah.
There's a possibility that this could be a great tool for you to use for lead generation opportunities that you can create on the fly. Say you wanted to sell like a one-off like an exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
ClickFunnels allows the opportunity to create upsells and downsells. And I don't know if Shopify is able to do that yet, but it allows the cart value to bump up by the upsell and the downsell functionality. So if somebody buys a wrist strap, a strap, maybe you sell them an additional product. Maybe you sell the
We've got a toolkit that we're strapped
right.
to.
Yeah, like you could sell that as an upsell for $20.
Yeah, I've got a sample in here actually.
Sweet. Yeah.
Well, it's going to have our logo on it there, so I'm just getting all that printed in.
Here's another
spring bar tool and a screwdriver.
Here's another idea, Lee. Here's another idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's thinking outside the box a little bit, but this could pay for your advertising spend.
Mm-hmm.
Just sell those. It's an idea.
Well, yeah, we are just selling them on their own.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
But those are like an extra. And we're also doing like cleaning cloths as well.
Branded?
Yeah, that's a Hoovro one, but ours will be very similar, but probably a bit bigger. You know, so when you've got your watch, you can, give it a bit of a clean.
Okay. So these are all products that you could sell via ClickFunnels by building out ClickFunnels pages. And I have a team that specializes in this. There's no coding or development needed unless you get fancy with it like we do. I mean, we use some CSS and some HTML coding to make our funnels look different from everybody else's, because there's these hacks out there that think they're designers, but they're not. So I have a team, and I basically taught them everything I know, and I've been working with them.
Are they just landing pages?
It's landing pages, but they're very versatile and agile. So when you're developing and hard coding your website, there's a reason why you're doing that. For SEO functionality, SEO purposes, you want you want the hub, the hub where everybody wants to drive, or you want to drive traffic to, right? So it's good to have a solid website to go to, right? It has all the information about you and the story, the whole nine. But then what you want are like stormtroopers, if you will, right? And the stormtroopers are like ClickFunnels pages, where you could create hundreds of them very, very quickly to generate leads and generate sales. And you could change them very quickly, and you could create them very quickly. So for example, I just came out with a podcast production program. So I do 20, 25 episodes a month because I'm a psycho, right? So the same production so I tried it out for 4 months with my production team, and I wanted to see how smooth the process was. Well, it's very smooth. All I have to do is record the damn thing, and they do everything else. So what I did was I realized, well, why don't I just offer this service to my clients as well as an awareness opportunity to get their brands out there? So now we're able to create, I was able to create in ClickFunnels. I'll show you real quick. Share screen, bank, Unique Designz. Oh, I got rid of a product that I was selling, the Brand Basics program, because it really, I just got bored of it and I didn't want to sell it anymore. And it really wasn't that big of a seller anyway. But I swapped it out with the podcast production program. And I built this page out in ClickFunnels in 30 minutes. And I'm able to change the pricing, change the text, all this very, very quickly. So I was able to launch a product or a service, if you will, in like 30 minutes. So if you had an idea like, oh, I want to do this lead generation campaign, and it's 7 ways to 7 different looks you can wear with the GMT. Right? Go here. You build out that funnel page in ClickFunnels. You get their email address, and on the next page, you can create a quote blog or a downloadable PDF. They download it, and now you gave them 7 ways to 7 looks to wear with a GMT, and now you did that like that. Now, say the next week you wanted to create another lead gen opportunity, you could do that with ClickFunnels very quickly. So I'm just going to put this down again. Another revenue goal suggestion is to check out ClickFunnels.
So if we've just got time, I want to go through today. I've been brain dumping loads of company slogans. So I just want to.
Let's carve out 15 minutes of that at the end.
Yeah.
So about 45, about quarter to the hour, we'll stop this process and we'll go into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there any budget if you do it yourself? I don't know. Is it?
Again, Lee, I don't know if you want to be doing this kind of stuff yourself. Mm-hmm. It's up to, you know what I mean? But I would put, from a budget standpoint, I would put $1,500 to $2,000.
Is that US? Or?
That's US. Yeah. There you go. All right. And then another revenue goal opportunity is, now you're starting to get the hang of this a little bit. So we want to think of goals that'll help you generate profit, generate sales.
Like Facebook ads or something.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Google ads is another possibility. That also could be an awareness goal, but we'll use it as a revenue goal as well, because I got some other things for awareness that I want to share with you. Now in the budget, don't just think ad spend, think about the creative as well. So, for example, if you hired me to help you with the creative, whether it be a static ad or I could help you direct the video ad, something like that. So add that to the budget. Okay. Okay, cool. So the total would be what? 15? No, I'm sorry. 13.
13.
Yeah.
Missed that one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna break these down into 3s right now. So let's scroll down to awareness. And now this is in your Google Doc. If you know the routine, if you want to add some more, just copy and paste and plug them in.
Yeah.
But so awareness goals, that's I'm just giving you an example. I know this is not what you want to do, but influencer marketing, Instagram marketing. Another thing that I would do is I would love to have you on my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So going on different radio shows. No, that I would do as its own goal.
Yeah.
So influencer.
I'm in the States next week.
Where?
Pittsburgh.
That's far. I was going to say New York. I would have come and met you.
Well, I'm considering actually flying into Pittsburgh and then going to New York and then on from New York. So if I do, I'll give you a shout.
Yeah, definitely give me a shout. I'm actually traveling. I'm actually going to Florida on Thursday, coming back Monday.
I was in Florida in October.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, my in-laws have a house down there, and we got to get the hell out of the cold. I mean, it's just nothing but snow up here. It's driving me crazy.
Is it about -7, is it, in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Pittsburgh is a cold city, so bring some warm clothes, my friend. Bring some warm clothes. So yeah, podcast interviews, and I could set that up with you very, very quickly if you want to jump on mine. I would love to interview from a branding standpoint of how you created the business. You know, I think you have a beautiful story that needs to get out there, and it's just a matter of what story do you want to tell. You know, and I want you to start thinking about that a little bit, because as you do these podcast interviews, you don't want to tell a different story every time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
I've got some branded hats coming, so I'll wear one of them.
That's it. Yeah. So, and I don't know if you're following what I'm doing on Facebook and what I'm doing with my podcast, but you know, I do my podcast live on Facebook. And
I've seen a couple.
Yeah. So I try to build out, and then what I'm doing this week is one extra step. So I'm actually, when I do my Facebook Lives, I'm going to have my iPhone right here, and I'm going to stream it on Instagram Live at the same time. Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to like be everywhere. So at the same time. So I'm going
to start doing some live stuff as well when I'm somewhere a bit more interesting than I am now, and when I've got things a bit more sorted out, because I need to get like the pre-order website sorted really, so I can point people in that direction. You know, and when I've got something interesting to say, I'm in a bit of a limbo at the minute because I'm in between. There's not a lot going on because I'm just waiting for tooling to be cut and materials to be developed. So when I'm out visiting jewelers and stuff like that, then there's a bit of a story behind that. Or when I'm going down to the factory to see the tools and stuff, there's a bit of a story there. But at the minute, I'm in a bit of limbo in between, not a great deal happening.
You want to definitely document that stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely want to document that stuff. As far as awareness goes too, let me change gears a little bit and think about some creative that you can, and you're doing pretty good with this on your own. Mm-hmm. But think of some 60-second video trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the Google Doc. Another thing is branded Instagram promo templates.
You don't know about real loss, because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. And don't you ever dare to love anything.
What's that like the wallpapers that you do for phones and things?
That's it. So, for example, I could potentially do for you some really cool Instagram story templates, right? Mm-hmm. I could do some regular post templates. If you were to do some Facebook ads, we could do some really beautiful static ads for Facebook that would look like, you know, an Aston Martin freaking ad. You know what I mean? So if you want to leverage me and my team for some creative, I normally don't offer that service to the public. I only offer that service to my brand accelerator clients and my brand identity clients, because we've done a lot of the discovery work, the strategy work ahead of time, so I know what to do. So that's basically what I wanted to offer you going forward as we come up with some of these ideas. So let's not skip, but let's look at desirability, doability, budget.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at, let's go back up to the top, influencer, Instagram marketing. What were you spending? $20-$30 a day?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so desirability would be?
Desirability. is one the easiest? I can't remember. I don't know. Doability. No.
Yeah.
Is this monthly or?
Yeah.
Monthly budget is.
There you go. So podcast interview. I mean, that wouldn't be desirability. Could be, yep, doability, easy. Budget is just your time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely do one of those when I'm somewhere a bit more interesting without guitars in the background.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm more interested in your story, and so is my audience.
Yeah.
We're not judging you on your guitars in the background.
Them guitars are probably worth more than my business at them.
Because I bet you a guitar buff would see those guitars and freak.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. All right, so 60-second trailers, desirability. Okay, doability. Yep.
Budget, wouldn't know. I don't know what sort of thing.
I could tell you, like, on average, you know, if you want to do a really good 60-second trailer, they're probably anywhere from $350 to $500.
Mm-hmm. Well, so what would that be then? Just like that thing that you've got where you're walking around, like, on your website?
Yep. And then if you go to my Instagram account, look at the past couple memes that have, like, there's one out there. It says the quality is the new social proof.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a meme. It's down a little bit. That's a heavily produced video. It's got the flyover of New York City. It's me walking down the street.
Yeah.
And it's got me talking over. That's what I'm talking about. Like, real quality. Like the video you sent me for the toothbrush.
Mm-hmm.
You do that in like a 60-second clip and start rocking those out on Instagram. Video is extremely popular on Instagram right now. That's why 90% of my content is in video format.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's getting more reach. So you gotta follow trends.
Mm-hmm.
This meme stuff is super popular right now. Look at Gary Vaynerchuk. He's doing a lot of his content and plopping those videos in these memes.
I got a mention of him on Twitter.
Did you got mentioned?
By Gary V, yeah.
For doing what?
I entered a competition. I bought 10 of his books with a chance to win that brunch with him. Didn't get it, but so now I've got 10 books. But then I tweeted him and said, like, where was the winner announced? Like,
what did he say? We're limited to the last. It's backwards, unfortunately.
Where is it? One sec. I don't know. I can't flip this around.
Just read it to me. I'm good. I believe it.
They just said, I just said, who won the 8th seat at the brunch, please? I can't see anywhere who won. I entered by buying 10 copies from Barnes & Noble, thanks. So we filmed it last night. It's on my Instagram story right now under the live tab. Just responded to us.
Cool.
But
Cool.
I didn't get any more followers. I don't do a great deal on Twitter, to be honest, but I've just started now because when I'm in bed on a night, I've just started watching like loads of Gary V videos and stuff like that. I've just bought, I've just got this book.
Yeah.
I'm just reading this book.
Yeah.
and I just got the. I just read this book.
Yeah. So I'll give you some advice on that. So I'm a content junkie myself. Like I just devour books and I devour podcasts and videos and stuff. I have to tell you, I really became religious on taking a book and literally reading it 3 times before I open another book.
Yeah.
And man, when I tell you the amount of retention that I get from doing that and the amount of power I get from that, right? It's just incredible. Like it starts to become gospel, and it really starts to get embedded in your nervous system. So not to go off topic, but definitely something I would do is I would take one of those books and read it 3 times before you open up another book, because let me tell you, it gets so overwhelming. It does. And it turns into sort of like an analysis paralysis type of thing. I've been there and it sucks, and I don't want to see you do that. But anyway, so 60-minute video trailers, branded Instagram promo templates. Go ahead, put your desirability and doability on that. And the way we could potentially work this out, Lee, is if you buy like a bundle, if you buy like a 10-pack for X, we would do like 10 a month with no rollover though. So you would have to use all 10. You don't roll them over. So you could buy them in packs of 5, packs of 10, and then we could do like 2 a week for you or something like that.
What would they be like?
So again, it would be
like your static images that have got a bit of a thing over it, or
it could be that. Yeah. So what we would do is I would work with my team. We would do sort of an audit on your current account, and then I would do a little bit of a strategy with my team and say, all right, this is what he's going for. I've been working with him now for the past 3 months. We need to get more eyeballs on his page. So how does that work? What do we need to do? All right, so we need to do more videos to increase his viewer counts. So what we'll do is we'll do 15 promos. We'll do 5 sort of inspirational. We'll do 5 of the product, right? And we'll do 5 warbles, what we call warbles. And warbles is that video overlay. So it's that image, but then we create some really cool effects to make the image come alive. So I would work with my team and strategize all that out. That's not something you do. All we do is once we're done, we give them all to you, and then you just post them. You just post them. So that's something that we could talk about. Is this our last call?
No, one more, I think.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I think you said 3 calls the last time you mentioned it. So yeah, on our lab. So we could talk about that on our exit call towards the end, but or in between, whatever. But that's something. That's a potential that we can help you with on the creative side of things, to help you get more reach. Okay. So that's that. So for a budget, I mean, if you would ask me, it's anywheres from 500 to 1,000, and that's US, depending on how many and how deep you want us to go. So that's that. So let's go to efficiency goals. So efficiency goals would be something along the lines of, let me give you an example, creating a content calendar. Are you in my Brand Doctor Hangout Facebook group?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna post something. I found a really cool pin on Pinterest that has a really cool content calendar. Sort of, it's like 30 days, right? And it tells you what to post every day for 30 days.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's something that I would start to do for you.
Yeah.
Instead
I'm
of
just struggling with product photographs at the minute, because I've not got any proper. The what I'm showing now are like 3D renders from the computer software. You know, those white background.
So I got an easy fix for that.
Mm-hmm.
Use other people's content. Here's what I mean. And you don't have, and I'm not saying do this and like water down your account, because your account is very clean.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see more. Let me see. Hold on. I haven't been to your page in a minute, so I don't want to talk out of my ass. Vulcan. There we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. So is that you? That's you, dude. You're like a model.
Well, I was just taking your advice there with a bit more personality on it.
And dude, and that was one of your highest liked images, 2,400.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention, Lee.
Mm.
When you get an engagement like that, what does that tell you to do?
Do it more.
Oh. Okay. So don't worry about. See, and I'm gonna get a little hard with you right now, because you know I like to tell it how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I see a little bit of a pattern with you, and I'm not judging you. I'm just bringing it to light.
Yeah.
I see the mindset of, I'm struggling with this, I'm struggling with that. And there's so much other opportunity out there that you're missing because you're focusing on the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to I want you to become aware of that. That's all. I'm not going to go into Tony Robbins on you or anything like that. I just want you to be aware of that, because there's a ton of opportunity here. And like I just pointed out, this picture that got a crazy engagement of you, right? Start doing more of it, right? I would start doing hot or nots. Hot or nots is a really cool way to here's a video here that I want to take a peek at. Yeah, that's cool. It got 64,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
With 20 comments. Looks like a lot of, what is that, Russian?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I delete some of those comments, but I've left them on because I thought it's engagement, I suppose, even though I don't know what it's saying.
Leave it. Yeah, leave it. Did you boost this post?
Yeah, I boosted everything by at least sort of $15 or something.
So you're paying $15 to get 64,000 views? Do the math on that.
Well, let me see how much. I might have spent more on that one. That's just a minimum. Oh, no, sorry. I spent £90 on that one.
Okay.
$120.
Okay, so that's peanuts to get that sort of reach and viewership.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So when I tell you, if we started to do some video creative for you, if you gave us access to some of these images and we created those animations like I'm doing,
mm-hmm.
Imagine getting 64 views every freaking post, 64,000 views every post, by just spending $90 or $100 here and there. And I would tell you which ones you don't have to promote every single one. I would tell you which ones to promote that I think would have the most impact. Imagine what that would do to your followers and your reach and your engagement. That's sort of the stuff that I want you to think about. So
my mailing list has been on fire a bit lately. Well, on fire in my terms, that in the last few days it's gone from 95 to I've got 120 mailing list sign-ups now. And
why do you think that happened?
I just started doing some stories about like, have you signed up to the mailing list and stuff like that. And
Do you have the swipe up feature?
no, that's what I'm trying to get to 10,000 to do that. You have to have 10,000 followers, do you?
I believe so. And then also there's some other things too. Like you got the blue check. Forget what that's called. It's not coming to me right now, but yeah. That's another way to get the swipe up option. So that could be an awareness goal, is to get you to 10,000 so you can get the swipe up feature.
Yeah, that is my goal. Yeah, to get to 10,000.
Or for now, you could do just link in bio. So if we were created some real cool creative, and then the call to action would be link in bio, that could get them over to, because your stories have a bigger reach than your actual posts.
Yeah.
So some things like that. So all right. So you want to continue.
I was using the stories and putting a hashtag in there that
Yes.
that reaches people that are not following you in that hashtag quite well.
Yes, that works.
Because then you stay up in the hashtag story, don't you?
Yes, you do. You're getting savvy there, Lee. You're getting savvy. So that's another thing you want to do. Use polls, POLLS.
Yeah, I've just done one on there about the Baselworld convention. How you go into that? I did quite a good one. That was, what would be your main motivation for owning a luxury rubber strap, style or comfort? And 75% went style over comfort.
See? What does that tell you?
I need to concentrate on the style more than comfort, or sell that side of things. And then I did another one, have you signed up to our mailing list yet? Like, if not, why not? But
You know you could change the text on the buttons, right?
yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
making sure. That I just recently found that out not too long ago.
Well, that was a good one, because I said, like, have you signed up to our mailing list to receive your 15% discount code? 72% said yes, 28% said no, but then you can contact all the ones that said no and say, head over to the mailing list, you know.
Did you do that?
I have done, yeah.
Good.
Well, it's like, you know, sometimes on some of the videos, it's like you get 64,000 views, like asking somebody to go to the mailing list, and you only get like 3 sign-ups or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know,
more than that.
Yeah, and I wish I had an answer for that. I will tell you this: you're not the only one that happens to. we all experience that. I've done influencer marketing on a couple accounts, and with like close to 1 million followers, and I got 60 signups. You know what I mean? Or 25. One was a real dog. I got like 20 signups, right? And what I found out was that that particular influencer's page, his engagement or their engagement, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but their engagement sucks. So that's why. So anyway, long story short, Lee, you're an entrepreneur now, and you know that you just gotta try shit.
Yeah.
And some stuff is gonna hit, some stuff isn't gonna hit. But the stuff that does hit, like the picture of you, that's something that you gotta weave in, you know, every third or fourth post.
Yeah.
So here we're at just about quarter of, so I want to get to your slogans.
Yeah, I've just tried now. There we go. Right, this is literally everything I've been thinking about. I've just dumped it onto my Apple, onto my notes in Apple. So, I mean, probably a few of them. I think I sent you like a few of them before, but I was sat yesterday and I was just coming up with quite a few. I don't even think I've got the one which I like the most on there, which was style is a state of mind.
like that.
But I don't know if you've seen them in the Google Docs.
Let me see.
I've just dumped them all in there.
Oh my God, you went crazy. Designed for life, live different, explore, live, feel, rubber revolutionized, rubber re-engineered, engineered rubber. So let me tell you, there's 3 things that I want you to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Emotion,
Mm-hmm.
relevancy, and impact.
Yeah.
Emotion. When you talk about rubber, I don't give a shit. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I mean, those were some quite early ones, but I mean, if you
Okay.
look towards the bottom of the list, I've started with some like more emotional stuff.
Okay, so let me go over here. I'm going to share screen a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me see. What's up? Swiss luxury, Swiss meets British. Your stuff. This one pops.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're talking. Love this one. Love this one. It's always in the detail, not sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are some hots right there.
Mm-hmm.
This one. Let's see again. No. I'm a little badass. I'm just going to get that out of there because I didn't. 36. So I'm going to. Those are great. Those are some great ones. So that's something that we could play around with. But I'm really concerned about the website design. I'm actually going to say that again.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the things that I see the disconnect, because I've spent now close to, I don't know, 6 hours with you, and I've been studying your stuff for close to 3 months, and there's a big disconnect between your value and what the site identity is coming out like, right? And I want to be able to help you take that value and create that same identity, because you are not alone. There are so many people out there that have crazy value with phenomenal story, phenomenal product, phenomenal service. And then when it comes to the identity part, it looks like everybody else. It's flat. It doesn't have the wow. It doesn't have the impact. It doesn't have the emotion. It doesn't have the relevancy. Like, those are 3 real big things that I want to see improve.
Yeah. I mean, this is the actual like very latest version. I mean, I do quite like it, but
Yeah, this was the one that I favored the most.
well, the other ones were just sort of like there wasn't really. There was just like quick ones, and we'd sort of developed it into this one, which was going to be the end one. But I mean, we're probably going to change this image, but And obviously we'll have our own photographs done. These are just temporary photographs for now.
Think about when you get to a site, and I always like to use this exercise because it's forgotten very easily. When you get to a site, what gets you hype, right? Go to the Aston Martin website.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I ain't got £200,000 budget.
No, I get that. But look, there's some things that we can do here that it's not a $200,000 investment. Just doing some video like this, you can find some really cool stock imagery. You can find some stock B-roll. Right?
Yeah, I mean, would you want just stock videos or?
No, I mean, I would like to see something more, branded, but not everything needs to be crazy brand. Not everything needs to be crazy brand. Like that picture there of the tunnel or that there, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't need to be. So if you take that image, right? That's the UK, right?
Yeah, that's a London time lapse.
Okay. So you take that and you put that, go back to your website. You put that there. You just change the user experience.
Yeah.
Small shit like that, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the credits are for that, but like.
Don't imagine they'd be that expensive.
No, they're cheap. You might even get that one for free. Oh, it's 18 credits. I don't know what that comes out to in pounds or.
Well, yeah, I mean, we could make our own walking down some of the stylish streets in London or whatever, or like that. Yeah, that's probably a bit busy, isn't it? But
that's a little busy. I like the one that I saw in passing, of the tunnel. Yeah, that tunnel one.
That first one. That one. It's the bridge, London Bridge.
Nope. It's the third. Yeah, that one I love the most. But go back to the cars.
That one's pretty good, though.
That one I like, and then go to the third one.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, the third row. See the third row.
So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that being used very discreetly, but like again, Lee, I have an eye for this stuff. I've been doing it for a decade. You look at it and say it looks like somebody going down a tunnel. Like, you know what I mean? I would have to design it and develop it and show it to you, and then you would be like, oh my god. But like, I can see things that you can't. And when I see this, I'm like, I see places that we could put that that you don't. And so that's sort of what I could do from a design standpoint. And you said it best on the email. I mean, your developers are developers. They may not be the most creative.
Yeah, I mean, but they're kind of doing the whole site. I'm kind of committed to them now, which is, I'm going to stop employing friends to do things because you feel bad.
Between me and you, I don't hire friends. And if I do, I pay them full price.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think he's done it cheap for me, but I mean, this whole website development, design, and everything is like £5,000, which is about right for an e-commerce site of this scale, I think. Okay. I mean, would you take this general design and just make it pop a bit more, or would you completely redesign that?
If you want the truth, I'm going to give you the truth, and it's the latter. Yeah. But again, like, I just, from knowing you and knowing this product and knowing the caliber of person you are and the caliber of product this is, it deserves more. It really does. It really does. And, you know, I could give you tips until I'm purple, but it's just a matter of implementing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of implementing it. And so I just gave you some great examples of how you don't need a 200,000 pound budget to make this shit pop. You just have to have somebody that's a creative director that's going to point you in the right direction. Mm-hmm. And so, and use and get very crafty with what you use. Right? Mm-hmm. So I always tell my clients when I do photo shoots with them or when I direct their photo shoots, I was like, here's a checklist. Go out with the photographer and do all of this stuff, because I'll be able to use those photos in 1,000 different ways than you would ever imagine.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. So,
I mean, I like the banner and the navigation, like on that. I guess it would just be.
Navigation's clean. The social media functionality on the right, on the vertical, cool. Like it. But it's in my opinion, you ask 5 different people, they'll tell you 5 different things. But I want to see wow. And again, it's small changes that make the biggest impact.
So what would you propose? I'm tied in with these designers now, but you know, if I maybe said to them, I don't know, because would you just think like you just need to do like a layout of the home page and then?
No, unfortunately, here's I wouldn't skip a step. Here's what I would do. Let me show you. I would create what they call stylescapes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So this is a stylescape for one of our clients. This is one of 3.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I create 3 different looks. I create a spicy. I create a meat.
If I said to you to do that for me, we could hand that to them designers to implement then.
Yeah. What does that look like price-wise?
Mm-hmm.
To do 3 of them, you're probably looking at $3,500.
Mm-hmm. I'm not questioning the value of that, but it's just probably just not something I've got in my budget at the minute. You know, I'm laying out thousands and thousands for tooling, and
yeah,
you know, I've sort of laid out everything in my budget for the website. It was like 5,000, and this could like.
And that's something that I want to just share with you that makes me different from all the other designers out there that are doing websites. Is we do it in a very scaffold way. So the way we create this for our Brand Accelerator clients is we do the discovery, which you're going through, and then what we do is we go into stylescapes and we create these stylescapes and we make the client pick one. They can't blend 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 together. They have to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we go into logo design. Well, the logo design gets created in the stylescape, but you got your logo, so we wouldn't do that. But when when we finish the stylescape, right, then we go into site design. See how I'm taking them from step 1, then we move up another step, and then another step, and then another step. there's these little micro commitments, there's these little micro steps. So there's no confusion, there's no surprise. And that's the biggest difference, that's how we design brands differently from everybody else. Because when you don't do the homework up front and you don't get all of the juices that are flowing inside that entrepreneur and get that articulated into the design, it falls flat. So this is just when you go to do another project, because you're a creator. This isn't going to be the last thing that you create. I can promise you that. I challenge you to do what I just told you before you create another product.
Well, I mean, potentially what I can do is sort of get a pretty decent website up there, but then do a revamp for you guys in the future or something when I've got a bit more budget.
That's what I would suggest. Listen, my first website, was it $1 million looking website? No. I did my website.
As well is like the other websites, my competitors' websites are really crap and they're still selling things. So I think anything better than that will just get me going, you know.
Agreed. I think what you would do is just get the best you can do at the moment with the budget, generate revenue, and reinvest that revenue into leveling up.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
And you'll be in good shape. I mean, shit, I redid my site twice this year. I did, because I redid it earlier last year, and I fucking hated it. And I was like, this doesn't do anything for me. And a lot of people said the same thing. And then I sat down and I put myself through the same process that I take my clients through. And now look at my website. It's a completely different look and feel. And now I'm not touching it. It's definitely where I want it to be. I see some minor tweaks here and there, but that's what happens when you do it right the first time and do the work up front. So I'll leave you with that, my friend. We'll close.